Hello, this is Al from MacMythos.com. Today's topic is RAM. RAM is Random Access Memory or memory for short. So is RAM upgrade worth it for Mac or MacBook? What is RAM? RAM or Random Access Memory is used by computers to perform various calculations. Well, basically anything. When you start a program, it first gets uploaded from the disk or storage into the RAM, and only then the computer runs the instructions from the executable file in the memory. When you start another program, the same thing happens. The file will be uploaded from the disk into the memory, and each program you start will take some piece of the memory. And as you understand, more programs you run, more RAM you need. So what happens when you don't have enough RAM? The operating system is smart enough to identify the apps that already were uploaded in the memory, but they were not used for a long time, or they are not used at the moment. So in this case, what operating system does, it offloads them from the memory, uploads a new app to the RAM, and executes it. So when the user activates the program which was offloaded, the OS will upload the data back from a disk to the memory and offload another program. More programs you run simultaneously, more the OS has to swap data between disk and memory, and that process slows down the performance. It doesn't mean that you will not be able to run applications. It will mean that your applications will run slower. On the other hand, you don't need 128 gigabytes memory or RAM if you have 128 gig disk, because you're not going to upload the entire disk storage to the memory. So is 8 gigabyte enough or not for a MacBook? Let me give you an example. I have two MacBooks Air, both 2014, with 4 gig of RAM. And they are perfect for internet surfing, watching YouTube, and editing Microsoft Word documents. They even have enough power to edit videos in iMovie and music in GarageBand. There is a class of programs that will benefit from more RAM. For instance, if you have virtual machines, they require a lot of memory. Another class of programs is database servers. They will take up as much memory as you can provide, again, to speed up their operations. And finally, professional media creators, if you're doing professional video editing, photo editing, sounds, whatever, you may need more RAM, because the programs you're using will try to upload lots of data in the memory, and if they can upload most of it in the memory, they will run faster. So the conclusion is simple. Think about this. If the Macs I have with 4 gig of RAM are still functioning in 2020, is it reasonable to assume that a MacBook with 8 gigabyte, twice more memory, will be still functioning, will be still enough in 2026? I think it will. If you want to learn more, go to my blog macmythos.com/8GB, and where I explain more about memory and how to choose how much you need. That's all. Cheers.